What's up, guys? Happy Monday. It's your boy GP with DeOrganized Media, bringing you another episode of DeOrganized Nightly, where we get your favorite GigaBrain astronaut scholars in the same room to have a dope conversation and kick out some high frequency vibes. Yeah, man, it's been an eventful day. Markets bleeding, Trump doing stuff, and what a fun day to start our week with the markets. Taking a pump on Sunday and then giving all the gains right back. There was a few different things that I saw in my timeline today that I wanted to touch bases on. As far as stacks, we have an announcement. Stacks, we are proud to add one of the large here. I'll pull up my screen really quickly, show you what I'm looking at. Yes. We are proud to get added one of the largest blockchain explorers, Blockchair. Blockchair is the leading universal blockchain explorer, incorporating the leading Bitcoin layer 2 stacks. Furthers their missions to build a universal explorer for the Bitcoin ecosystem. We also have Cointelegraph. Fidelity has just bought $100 million worth of Bitcoin. Also from Cointelegraph, Bitwise files for a spot Dogecoin ETF with the New York Stock Exchange. FTX Alameda estate wallets receive $430 million in Solana each. And US-based tokens like ADA, XRP, Sol, and Ondo surged after Trump's announcement on adding altcoins to strategic reserves while exchanging tokens. WBT, TKX, and BGB also saw significant gains. We have Bitcoin ETF saw a record weekly outflow of 2.61 billion from February 24th to the 28th of 2025. Ethereum-based products also faced heavy withdrawals, losing 335.35 million, the worst since July 2024. We have the SEC Crypto Task Force to host roundtables to discuss key areas of interest in the regulation of crypto assets beginning March 21st. And we also have Yuga Labs claims that the SEC has officially dropped its 3-year-long investigation against them. This was one that just dropped, was President Trump halts all military aid to Ukraine. Right now we have our friends Crypto Dude and Peace Love Music in the house. Let's go ahead and bring on our guests and start talking about some of this stuff. Crypto Dude, Peace with the fly tie and the hoodie, Degen, and a scholar in the room. What's up, fellas?
What's up, guys? I know. I didn't. GP's got the collar on, and I was like, oh man, I gotta step up. And so, in honor of the reserve being set up and all of that, we're just gonna rock the red, white, and blue.
Right on.
My bad. I got an itchy trigger finger.
Yeah, it's that automatic that loop whenever somebody enters the room.
Yeah,
that automatic click.
Usually, that's just my job to turn them on.
Hey, I'm working here. I get you. What's up, Rozar? How we doing tonight, brother?
What up?
We're just talking, chilling, man. You've been developing some stuff too in Stacks. There's been a few different things going on. What are you working on?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Too many things at once, but there's a bigger picture. It's taking a while to get to come to place, but there's a plan.
The thing I saw today was a little thing called Op Predict, looking like a some sort of poly market-esque prediction market on Bitcoin. Really, really cool stuff.
Yeah. Hang on, let me get some a little closer to my face. Okay.
Actually, have you played with it yet, GP?
I have. Not as much as I'd like, but I did go ahead and select I forget exactly what it was that I took a prediction on. But yeah, dude,
There's a DeOrganized prediction on there right now. It's just a simple yes or no, and it's whether or not we get more than 300 viewers on Wednesday morning.
I gotta vote on it then.
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I gotta pull this up for sure. Yeah, so we can show these guys.
You want me to
Yep.
show you?
Yep.
Honestly, the only reason I made it was like a chain of events from the conversations we had on previous calls here. Because I was talking about the poker game, remember, with you guys a couple days ago, like the end of last week.
Mhm.
And I was like, I need some sort of way to escrow funds during this game. So I wrote that contract, like a flexible escrow contract. And then I realized it was flexible enough to do really anything. Like, so I tried to, what did I do first? Yeah. I wanted to make, yeah, it just felt like a predictions market made sense on it. And at the same time, I wanted to, yeah, I don't know. Like, I just kind of went down a rabbit hole with it.
Yeah, dude.
I built it in a weekend.
Like you go from like building Blaze, a subnet layer for stacks, and now we're on to like prediction markets. We were talking about this. We have the man in the house, Xenotron. We were talking about placing bets on different players that are playing Find to Earn. Yeah, so definitely cool. Oh,
We got K Coma too, man.
Coma's in the house. What's up, Coma?
Ooh.
Hello. Sorry, it's my first, everyday listener, first time joining.
Yeah, dude. Welcome.
What's up?
Thank you.
Yeah,
What did I miss? Sorry. Keep going.
So we were talking a little bit about what Rosar is building right now. Rosar is working on some prediction markets. Is the latest thing that I've seen coming from Rosar, and DeOrganized has a little bet going on. Of course, this is on testnet.
You want to make a bet? What want to make a market for something on live?
Hell yeah, dude.
What should we do?
Let's do something with a short time span. Something
Short time span, yes or no, or multiple choice?
I don't know. Maybe something that we can like launch here on the night show, and then we can cover in the morning show, and kind of show the results in the morning time would be best.
Yeah, that's good.
Why don't we do? Well, you think that's enough time to get some votes?
12 hours. Maybe we cover it on Wednesday's show in the morning time and give it like a full, or we can cover it on the night show again tomorrow.
We can do it right. We can do it just until, because it's only it's daily, right? You have to set it to a specific length of time, like by the day. There's no hours setting right now, right?
There isn't yet, but you can always just put it in the comment in the description, like specifically what time. Like, it's not like there's anything that triggers at that time or anything.
So what are we gonna make it? What's the market?
We could do something simple like price action.
Price action, like will the price of stacks by the morning price
Go
of
up or
stacks
go down?
What's that?
Just say if it goes up or down. We can just like make note of what price it is now.
Yeah, so we're at like 72 cents is last I checked where Stacks is. So is Stacks above 75 cents tomorrow? Maybe something like that. Is it lower than 72? We're right where we're at, or higher?
Stacks. The stacks price is exactly.
It looks like 729.
729. No, 72.9.
Yeah, I might word it the name so it's more clear what like yes or no translates to. So it's like will be above or will be below.
Will the price of stacks be above 729 by
Start of
tomorrow?
call.
You want to do it by tomorrow's night show, or you want to do it for the morning show? It doesn't matter.
Whatever one's easier. We'll do morning.
Yeah, I mean, if there is a like a way for that option to where we can kind of go over it in the morning, or we could like go over it again tomorrow night. It's up to you guys. If you think that is an adequate amount of time for people to go check this out and cast their votes, let's do it. You guys can go cast your votes at www.op or OPPREDICT.com. That's oppredict.com.
Hmm.
Actually, gonna do.
How are these multiplier or how are these multipliers work?
The multipliers. There's a bug right now where it's like treating each vote as like it's using the vote numbers instead of the amounts bet. But
Mm.
I gotta fix that.
Kind of reminds me of the what's the other app that the predictions market thingamajig on
Polymarket.
Polymarket? Yeah, is it Polymarket? Yeah.
Yeah. It may just be in the UI though. I think I'll have to check, but
No, this is cool.
Yeah, it's solid. We are. Let's see. We got another guest entering the house. We got Landy jumping on in tonight. What's going on, Landy? How we doing? We're checking out Op Predict right now with the DeOrganized Squad on the nightly show.
I gotta go on mute for a minute.
Cool.
Few
Yeah,
minutes.
Landy's also in a space right now. He's doing his thing. He's also got one earbud and hanging out with us while also in another space kicking it with probably the ATC crew, probably still going on right now. So yeah, Xenotron's also in the house. Xenotron, what are you thinking of this op predict, man? I want to see some bets on some of the players going on.
Good evening, everyone. Yeah, that's great feature. It's like important development, I think, for our ecosystem. But I believe we have to make these bets on something unique, like our game, find or maybe some new games, kind of like, and something that happens on the organized show, because like we can make a bets between like the streamers and the audience. It will be like PvP, who will win in some game. I think it could be like interesting idea.
Yeah, dude. I think that Jack will have a kick out of this whenever he gets here. He'll be here in a little bit. But yeah, this is something that he was talking a lot about, was being able to bet on the different players. Even getting like community leaders together on a team versus like community members and
Yeah, but I think like to bet on like certain players, it will be difficult to realize like make it UX UI for such a game. It's like the like
Bet on
program-
which market cap will go higher between the memes of stacks. That'll be
I
really
was just
funny.
thinking that.
yeah, and somebody
Real
like just
memes.
going and buying and take like the whole.
that's when it gets fun. People
I was
Exactly.
gonna say, is that a bad thing?
will start
Or Civil
manipulating the
War.
market just to win bets.
it depends on how big the bet is, right?
Yeah, it does. It does.
Exactly.
It's funny at small amounts of money, but
Yeah, that's
Yeah, it could be funny unless you lost your funds.
yeah.
You could also
Basically,
do like
Just remember, anything that you can like do like algorithms, machines, it will be not funny. So we have to make the fair competition.
you should do like a two like can the combination of two memes together beat the market cap of stacks or something. everyone just starts buying the meme coins.
That's so good one.
one-sided bet right there. Yeah, dude, that's some very
How many memes does it take to hit market cap of stacks?
All the market
One,
all the
two,
memes
three.
together, actually.
That'd be epic.
yeah. Do you want to go to the how it works page for a second? I just want to explain why I think the design is kind of cool. So you can skip the basic how it works.
Yeah, dude, for sure. So we are looking
Yeah,
at
just go through it. Take your time.
so prediction markets harness collective intelligence to forecast future events with remarkable accuracy. By participating, you become a part of a dynamic ecosystem where knowledge is valued and rewarded. Efficient forecasting. These markets aggregate diverse perspectives and insights, often outperforming traditional forecasting methods by tapping into distributed knowledge. Collective wisdom. Your unique insights contribute to a powerful network effect. The more participants share their knowledge, the more accurate the predictions become. So, getting into how it works, this platform empowers you to create, participate in, and benefit from decentralized prediction markets. The innovative vault system puts control in your hands while ensuring transparency and fairness. Prediction vaults. Create your own prediction vault and become an administrator, shaping the future of forecasting in your areas of expertise. Market creation. Launch prediction markets on topics you're passionate about, from global events to niche interest, and attract like minded participants. Token wagering. Back your insights with tokens and receive unique NFT receipts for each prediction, creating a verifiable record of your participation. That's pretty cool. That's dope to have something that represents your bet, right? And if you won or uh,
Mhm.
lost, it's definitely something cool. You can go back and there's your receipt right in your wallet.
It's a great way to start building reputation because you can start having proof of accuracy and whatnot.
Yep. So getting into like the prediction process, success begins with understanding the journey. Follow the step-by-step guide to navigate the prediction process and maximize your potential for positive outcomes. Create a prediction vault. A user creates a prediction vault and becomes its administrator in step one. In step two, create prediction markets. Within the vault, prediction markets are created for various events. Step three, place predictions. Participants wager tokens on their predicted outcomes. And then step four, receive prediction receipt NFTs. Each wager is represented by a prediction receipt NFT. Market resolution. After the event occurs, the administrator resolves the market. And then in step six, claim winnings. Winners can redeem their receipt NFTs for a share of the pot. Very cool stuff. Getting into like community and vault selection, your freedom to choose um, which vaults to participate in creates a natural ecosystem where integrity and reputation matter. Uh, in the trust-based ecosystem, engage with vaults managed by trusted community members whose values align with yours, fostering a network built on mutual respect. Merit-based selection. Your choices shape the marketplace. Administrators who demonstrate fairness and transparency naturally attract more participants. This self-regulating system of community trust and free choice creates powerful incentives for honest behavior, ensuring that reliability and fairness become the foundation of the successful vaults. Yeah, and then getting into like the payout structure, we have value flows to those that contribute the most, predictors who get it right. 95% of the winnings, 95% to winning participants, 5% to vault administrators, and zero platform fees. That's attractive. That's very nice. This aligns incentives across the ecosystem, rewarding accuracy and good management. Um, yeah, dude, this is dope. Just kind of going into the last little bit here, we have the role of the administrators. Value administrators serve as stewards of their prediction communities. This flexibility allows for innovation and specializations in different markets. Market management. Administrators define clear terms and resolution criteria, creating a foundation of trust for all participants. Uh, Dispute resolution. Each administrator implements custom arbitration processes tailored to their specific markets, ensuring fair outcomes. Administrator responsibilities communicate their rules with clarity and transparency, implement fair and accessible arbitration processes, resolve markets accurately and promptly, uh, build and maintain community trust. This flexibility enables the creation of specialized vaults for diverse interests, from sports to finance to technology, each tailored with rules that serve their unique communities. Dope, dude.
Yeah, we can pause there, but
For sure.
yeah, basically the idea is like you can use this kind of for anything. Like anyone can make a vault, and then you can make markets on your vault specifically, and then when people use it, you're the one who's responsible for resolving it and selecting the right answer things happen, and then you get the pay. So you could use it for just like things like on here, but you can also use it for like you say you want to like play a game of poker with your friends online. You create a vault for it, and you create a market for each game. So like one game is a market. There's 4 options. It's 4 players. You all put in like $5, and then when the game ends, the administrator resolves it to the winner, and they collect, $20 or whatever, or $19 or something.
Right on. So it kind of incentivizes people to go and make these different prediction markets. Different bets. I'm seeing like what price will Bitcoin close March 2025? Most popular BRC20 by volume. It's awesome, man. And then you can kind of like select your administrators that you most likely will like, that you like the most, that you would like to place your bets with, right? So very cool stuff, man. Seeing all of this come together. We've been talking about this for a while. So yeah. Dope, dude.
I think it's cool because it's like something like Skullcoin. What they can do is, if they want to use this, they can create a vault. Like there'll be a specific Skullcoin vault that Zenitron will probably automate to some extent. And then whenever Skullcoin games happen, like there'll just be a vault, and then you can just like bet on who you think's gonna win, even if you're like not even participating in the game yourself. You could just bet, like a side bet.
Yeah, dude. Also getting into like that dog narrative there. I'm seeing people, dog rune market cap by rank March 2025. On the 25th. This is cool stuff, man. Definitely want to see more people go out and like place their bets and get involved in this. Help Rosar test this out so we can have our own poly market on Stacks, basically.
Yeah,
this is sick. So
Yeah,
how long did you take on that? Like, kind of
Like
first time hearing about that.
2-3 days.
That's what I thought you said. Dude, you're a madman.
Yeah, it was just I just like sort of binged it over the weekend. I had like some time on my hands. I was like, I could knock this thing out.
See, it's all coming
That was
together.
it was off the. Did you? This is also on a subnet, right? Like all of these tokens, the
It's
funds
not
on
yet,
there are.
but it will be. Like I'm building it entirely like Web 2 right now, just like classic
Right.
sort of Web 2 tech, and because the goal is like I want to make it kind of indiscernible from crypto, so like a normal person could come and use it theoretically, and then but once I start building the actual backend, I'm going to start from like stacks up, make sure it works on like slow block or normal speed stacks blocks, and then write a subnet version of the contract, which is just going to have like a couple extra functions, then plug it into that, and then it should be running at subnet speed. So yeah,
That's sick, dude. And then like you can
Definitely.
even like put the different SIP10 tokens on there. What's up, Jack? How are we doing, man?
What's going on?
Yeah.
Man, what we formal today? Pieces in a tie.
Well, I made a dope wearing a collared shirt. I said I was feeling fancy.
He's got a collar on.
Y'all
I'm
know
like,
how
all
to
right.
send the memo? What the hell? I'm underdressed.
Just go throw a tie
All right.
on, Jack.
This tie's actually been sitting on my desk since the election show.
No, it looked familiar. How's it going, guys?
We were just checking.
Good.
It's good, man. We were just checking out the Op Predict polymarket-esque Bitcoin prediction market that Rosar put together. Yeah, dude, cool stuff.
Man, it was a good idea. I mean, Stacks need stuff like that. That we need stable coins, man. We need lots of stable coin liquidity. Things
Well,
to
we
do
do.
and things that make it work.
yeah. I can't provide any liquidity. But I can build shit.
It's like sweat equity. That's like what you get from the community. It's just a lot of sweat equity.
We got Landy in
Landy?
that too. What's up, Landy?
Hey, how's everybody doing? Feeling okay? Got a little bit of a drop in markets. It's almost like somebody predicted the move up and the move back down on
Yes,
Friday.
I can't put my finger on it. Who was
that.
I?
I don't know. Some weird guy. He was also here talking to you guys about it at one point, and I was like, that guy's crazy. Get him out of here.
Yeah, dude. We had to kick him once or twice.
Yeah,
I'm not-
rainbow puking frog with a hard hat.
Oh, that guy. Oh, me? Oh,
Oh,
maybe.
yeah, is that Landy? Was
Oh,
that Landy?
maybe.
We call
Maybe it
those
was Landy.
insiders.
Yeah. You know, it's that insider narrative of that one guy's account who nearly got liquidated. I'm sorry, if he was an insider, he wouldn't have been anywhere close to liquidation, and he would have actually bought around $80,000. So that's a funny narrative out there for it must have been Eric Trump. Like, yeah, okay, yeah, he's going giga long at $85,000 with $120 freaking liquidation away from losing millions. Yeah,
No, that's degen as hell. That's how I do it, except with $500.
yeah, basically, yeah. No, market's pulling back, scaring the ever loving shit out of everyone. But if you're keeping track of what's going on and not getting excited by the green days and depressed by the red days, and seeing the bigger picture in the long term, it's all just normal price movements. We've had a big hedge fund unwind, big hedge funds, multiple, unwind their positions out of their CME trades coming in towards the end of the month, where they had their futures short and they exited their long positions and let those shorts run into the end of the month and then let them go. That was the big drawdown last week. That's exactly what that was. And now we're forming a new range. And well, Trump undercut them before CME opened, which was hilarious. And then even had Eric Trump out there making fun of them for getting cut out on the move up, because the smart money was taking profits. And the smart traders were taking profits before CME opened, because we all knew what they were going to do. They got to get back into position, so force the market down, sell their extra shares of bigger players, and then all of a sudden you've got big inflows into Fidelity on the other side. So they're all kinds of twisted up in TradFi today.
Yeah,
it's kind of fun.
$100 million into Bitcoin from Fidelity today.
Yeah. See, this is the interesting part about this, and where over time I'm going to start integrating some more TradFi stuff into the analysis, because the bigger players can easily get screwed in a 24/7 market, right? And that's exactly what was proven out on Sunday with just a simple post on not even X, on Truth Social. And what's interesting about that is I think that was a bit of a flex, saying like, hey, TradFi players, you might want to play ball, because we'll just leave you sidelined. And this administration will give the power to the bigger money that's actually around trading on Saturdays and Sundays. And that's actually, I was on a call this morning around market open, where there was some very, very angry people. They were not happy at all about that, because yes, they can reposition, but they missed out on an entire position. This changes the plan, right? This changes what they had, where they had, okay, now we have to push from here, which means we have to let go of spot positions over here. And then as soon as they let go of those spot positions in the spot ETFs, now we have, who the hell is over here ready to throw $100 million into these? Oh crap. And now they're, we already let go of our shorts. We were ready to reposition long and then build it back up to our short positions, and like it totally screws them. So they went after other TradFi companies. Yeah, it's interesting, because when they're out of position like this, coming into a monthly close, into a new month where they're set to reposition, they had a plan for this month, and now they have to throw that plan out the window. Not all of them, I mean, most of them are big enough. They're not so allocated into these markets that it's going to screw up wider plans, but it definitely is provides for some speed bumps, stresses out a lot of liquidity providers and hedge funds and firms, which I think is an absolutely hilarious situation.
Oh fuck yeah. Yeah, it's funny as shit. You know that one meme of like Jordan Peele and he's like sweating bullets.
Yeah,
That's what I think
pretty
of.
much. Pretty much, man. There was a lot of screaming on the freaking conference call I got on pre-market this morning, and it was delicious. It was delicious. Like, I don't care anymore. Like, I'm out of that world. I don't give a shit.
Well, welcome to Thunderdome, bitches. Like, that's basically the world we live in, you know?
You know, it would be hilarious if he launched like a mocking meme coin on the back of it, just hit the Solana network, extract from there over to Ethereum, buy some freaking, get out on stables, and then go buy some freaking spot ETFs, throw it into the portfolio, and call it a day.
Is
It
that
could
a
be like Wall Street Cries or Wall Street Wah. You
Yeah.
know?
street way? That's a
Wall
meme.
Street whaling or Wall Street whales, but it's not spelled whales. It's like a wailing banshee. It's just in pain. The crying.
Yeah. If the meme coin market wasn't tits up on Solana, that would already be a ticker. For sure.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. So I came in while you guys originally came in, and Dave ran a little long with ATC because he had to start a little later, as he's in the midst of traveling. And I think you were there. Some of you were there, weren't you? So,
Yeah.
yeah, but interesting AI developments and all kinds of cool stuff. So that conversation ran long, but I had to jump out and jump back in. I saw that before I had left, you guys were demoing some stuff. You want to catch me up a little bit? Recap a little bit?
Yeah, so we were going over poly market-esque prediction markets on Bitcoin that Rosar is now developing. You know, he's also developing subnets with Blaze, and now he's, you know, taking a couple days out of his work week to develop op predict, you know. So
Op predict, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I saw his post on this. Very cool.
My only feedback would be if someone can't pronounce it, there might be maybe a name change could be
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the name.
The double P.
Yeah, the op
phonetic
predict.
is a
Yeah.
little tough syntax wise for most people to
Op
pronounce.
predict.
It
Yeah.
looks cool written, but it's hard to say.
Yeah,
Unless
it
it's
is.
OP
But
predict.
it was an $11
it's overpowered.
You spent $11 on the .com. You're like, I'm
Oh,
sticking
every
with it.
domain I buy, the first domain I always buy is always like the cheapest possible domain. Charisma
Well,
rocks.
you can
Op
test
predict right
it.
now.
This is the biggest thing. You can go out there and play with this right now. You know,
And I don't want to brag, but I actually want to brag. I'm in second place right now. This is me.
Okay, nice.
Go, let's go.
I just realized I like the tie over the hoodie.
Yeah.
I'm
So
pissed.
classy.
I'm
into
pissed.
it.
Like, no one said there was a dress code. He's all, you know.
Oh, this is all elected. This is elected.
Yeah.
Don't make me do this.
Yeah,
It was a dumb joke.
No.
I put on a collared shirt and I said I feel fancy for Monday, and Peace went up to me, man. He went ahead and
I was like,
said,
I just got to do a quick restart. I'll be right back. And I went and got my tie.
I took my pajama pants off and put on real pants, so that's pretty cool.
Hey, I did that today too, dude. Let's go.
oh, man, that's too funny. That's too funny. Yeah, well, you know, it has been a hell of a start to the month, that is for sure. But there is, you know, despite the wider market sentiment being, you know, well, in tears, I think that there's so much cool shit that's being built that I'm excited about, just all over the place, that I can't be bearish. It's just not. It's not time yet. There's too much cool shit.
No, and it's you know, people getting shaken out. I think I read last week that on that last that Bitcoin drop from like 107K or whatever, like the sellers were like 74% like new owners, right?
Wow.
So it's like
Yep.
you got to pay those dues. We all know what it's like to be emotional and like play with scared money, and then after a while you just become pretty dead to the price action because you've got a level of conviction that can't be shook. And we've got that level of conviction paired with now it's like we're prime time. You have so many different things converging into making this bigger than I think most of us ever hoped it would be. I mean, to put it in perspective, you've got the leader of the free world, commenting about Bitcoin and crypto on like a weekly basis now. Like,
Yep.
forget about the AI piece. Forget about anyone doing strategic reserves or anything like that. I mean, we've come a long ass way. So
Yeah, dude, there's going to be a crypto summit at the White House. They're going to
Oh,
start having
really? Funny
on
you
the
say that
21st.
because
Yeah.
it's 40 degrees out here right now, and I'd want to get home to California. So,
Landy coming
um,
in with government alpha.
yeah, well, I wish, but it is not. Look, there's a lot of really cool shit happening. And the summit is, I think, a small portion of that. We need to see real legislation come out the back of this, and not out the back sides of specific individuals that are trying to steer this in a way that would not be productive. So,
you're not
we
talking about those Ripple assholes, are you?
look. No comment. Look,
He holds
I
a ton of
can't.
Ripple. We all know that, right?
I maybe have a little bit of
Bread,
XRP,
garlic
maybe
bread.
just a tiny bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe just a look.
Money speaks.
Hey, what I will tell you about this stuff is in the early days when I got involved in Bitcoin, I knew, or I always felt in the early days with all these other networks that were launching, the forks of Bitcoin and like all this other crap, I might as well get into this stuff because if they're branding themselves as the next Bitcoin, it's a vampire attack on Bitcoin to get more Bitcoin, right? Like that's always the view that I've held. And therefore, I'm not going to not follow the money. I'm going to follow the money because I also want to vampire the money to go get more Bitcoin as well. So I'm not going to. And then, of course, many of these were wholly unsuccessful in unseating Bitcoin. And now it is to a point where Bitcoin is not going to be unseated. And there was a period of time where it was like, there's no point in letting any of this shit go. I might as well just keep it. Also, it helps when you lose your hard drive with your wallet keys on it that held the XRP keys. And even when you want to sell, you can't sell. And then you sometimes contemplate finding the hard drive and just smashing it with a hammer, but that doesn't do you any good either because you have investment in it. So you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. An unforced error on my own part led to me not being able to sell in 2017 when I wanted to.
You know what you're starting to see a lot of chatter about on the TL these days? You're starting to see a lot of privacy coin chatter.
Yes.
So I wouldn't be
Monero?
surprised. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see, a little bit of action headed towards Monero and was ZEC. I'm trying to remember the ticker.
Zcash.
Yes.
Mimble Wimble. Gotta get a little Mimble Wimble. Gotta get on my Litecoin Mimble Wimble.
You know what's
Because
weird? Like, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. What the fuck?
sorry.
What the hell? Monero is actually doing so well. What?
I was just gonna point that out. If you look at
Yeah.
Monero, what happened during the big drop and then the subsequent spike up is Monero got absolutely gigabid. There was massive bids on Monero. Now I use Monero pretty regularly.
Because he's a criminal.
Because sometimes you don't want people snooping around your transfers, right?
Yeah.
That is, I'm all for transparency, but I'm for transparency in the government and in our institutions, not personal transparency. We should be able to be as private as we want to be with what we are doing with our financial transactions. But if there is anything that is using our money, like the government, or that we are investing our money in, like corporations, they need to be transparent. And now, for once in our lifetimes, and hopefully this will not be a short-term deal, is we will have insight into these various funds, whether it is the Treasury Reserve or corporations. Everyone is really, really upset. A lot of Bitcoiners very upset that BlackRock, Fidelity, and all of the rest, the big banking cartels that prop up these institutions and are really at the core of this, are a problem, and that they are going to be here to steal all our coins, right? Well, that might be true in the long run. They might aggregate all of the coins, but then they have to productize it. So then it's already democratized at that point, because it'll infiltrate the system. At least gives us a view into, hey, are these spot ETFs backed? And we can go and we can check how much Bitcoin is in custody and how many shares are issued, right? And this now extends to the government once government adopts it. And we know about all the states that are setting up Bitcoin reserves specifically. What is it, 40 now? And they're going in big. Like, they're going in big with a percentage of their budgets. I was actually shocked to hear some confirmation of that. I thought it was just rumors. But some of them are going in a big way. That's now gives you insight into the Treasury. Are they doing with what, are they doing the right things with this? Are they, or are they not? And, but we need privacy on top of that. Right. So now is where we need privacy. So what rails do we want to send our Bitcoin over that are going to make it private? Right. That's the next frontier, right, Jack?
That's just it, dude. Like, how do we go from being like the government everything should be classified, every single thing in the world, but they can know if you received a Venmo payment $1 over the limit before you have to report.
Inversion, right?
Like, why is that how did that ever get acceptable in the first place? And so, if anything, I'm all for putting every single dollar that flows into a government on a blockchain, every single one. Yeah. But the government really does not. We have something called the Fourth Amendment, and it really does not need to know all of my fucking business unless they have probable cause to know it in the first place. And that's
terrorists, Jack. Terrorists, man.
Yeah, they can terrorize my nutsack. Like this.
Well, they are actually, right?
they have been, unfortunately. That's the sad part about that, is they've been terrorizing us for a very long time. And this is how we start to take back that power. And you see, they're in it for the money. Institutions are in it for the money, right? Government's in it for the leverage. And what they don't realize is they're adopting everything that we want them to adopt to give us transparency into what they're doing. And because they're blinded by the dollar signs, well, we get the benefit of this over the longer term. And it's going to be painful on the price charts during this process. Although when the government's, there's no, and this, I've said this to you guys before, with that Bitcoin Act, the accumulation bill, that is the most front runnable thing on the entire planet. And it's like, you can front run it. States are going to front run it. Other nations are going to front run it. And the government's going to be buying at higher prices with our tax dollars, which then incentivizes us to keep that price high. Like, when they start accumulating, granted, it's going to be monthly buys at set intervals with a specific drawdown period after they fill the quota of how much they want to accumulate via the Lumos Bitcoin Act bill. If that is passed and price drops, and if I hear of anyone selling Bitcoin, I am going to personally go and find them and possibly strangle them and seize their bank accounts. And no, this is not true. I would never do any of that. This is a joke. I will personally chastise them.
I will wag his finger in the most.
I will intensely wag my finger. What are you doing? You don't sell in a time like this. This is the most bullish shit ever. And we're already ahead of it. We're already front running these narratives. These things are going to happen, right? And there's people selling. I'm looking at them. They're on the chart. They're selling. They're getting washed out of their positions. They're over leveraged. Here's what you might find interesting. If you want me to share my screen real quick here, if you look at the open interest Now, something that I don't talk about, but I like to dive into the weeds a little bit with you guys. Let me get this up on the screen here.
Let's do it.
What is really interesting about this, and I think I've explained this before. Open interest is the dollar value locked in futures contracts, right? So that's both long and short. And right now we're at $24 billion as it stands on the hourly here. Let's go to a daily chart. And when you look at this, Jack referenced, people over leveraged, people getting washed out of the markets. We came down to $24 billion from a high of $36 billion. So you got $12 billion got wiped out of the market since the range highs. And that's $12 billion in futures contracts. That's us, by the way. That's not CME. That's a completely different metric. This is measuring traders in this market that it can, retail traders, whales and other individuals trading on your Binances and Bybits and so on and so forth of the world. They literally took that, obviously big money, right? $12 billion in futures contract value was wiped out of the market on this move down, from the range. It was headed down, if you want to get a little bit more accurate, about 32 to 24. So we had about $8 billion, right, wiped from the market in just this move down on Bitcoin. That is shaking out weak hands. And one of the things that I have to stress is if you're in these markets and you're leverage trading and you lose that amount in the market, that's massive. So who picks up price? Who was this that picked up price? Well, some of it was off 25 bill to about 29 bill, so about $3 or $4 billion was retail coming in, and likely whales and maybe even some institutions coming in and pushing price back up. But by and large, this was spot buying that pushed this up. So this was the rest of whatever institutions wanted to scramble to their computers and have their professional traders trade over a weekend before pre-market hours, while ripping their hair out. Yeah, sure, they got in, but it's larger investors that were ready to benefit from that drop and then buy it up. But this is mostly, you could consider a retail pump before the professionals woke up and got their shit together, put their shirt on and their ties on and still in their underwear, right? So these times are times to pay attention when price goes down. Now, I'll give you a little bit more. This is how clean price action is. This is the chart that I show on my videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday from the big range above. We have a big daily range that had a big weekly close in it. So we had
still on the
oh, you know what? Because I'm not sharing screen. Hold on. Let me do this.
I'll bring it back up for you whenever you got that settled.
There you go.
That alpha.
So what's interesting about this is we had primary resistance after Bitcoin first pumped around 101 to 104. We remember December 5th, that big $12,000 candle that went nowhere really, but spiked 92, hit 104. Well, we hung around there. We deviated, made a new all-time high, hung around 95 to 96 with lows coming in around 89 to 92. So we were basically stuck in this tighter range with some deviations to new highs, right? But essentially the base of support was like 89 to 92. And then you had the base resistance overhead started to extend from 101 to 106. So a $5,000 range at the highs as resistance and like a $3,500 range at the lows because some of this got front run. We dump out of the range towards an emergency level on the daily from the big move up, which was, we had a big expansion from the old all-time high zone. Once it expanded out here, we had a really big leg up, and then we got our first red candle. And the low was coming in at $85,000. And I said, this is a daily level purely. On longer-term time frames, it's kind of insignificant, but on a daily level, it's very nice. To look at as like an emergency level, lost, regained, lost bad, regained good. lost bad. We're looking like 80, somewhere around $80,000. We got the low in at 78. And you can see how clean price played off of this level, even on the daily. $85,000, that first bearish candle after the move up to new all-time highs and that big accumulation. We dump out below it. We hit some higher term time frame levels of interest that I had been talking about for a while at $80,000. On Saturday, we actually set a low. We closed on Saturday above the that Friday candle that put in that $78,000 move down. And then we retested $85,000 almost to the dollar. And then it started to move up. Then Trump tweets about everything else, and Bitcoin's just kind of hanging around in this lower range in the lower term time frames. And I'll go and I'll show you on lower term time frames here. We had Bitcoin kind of comes up, it closes the low, it's above $85,000, kind of hanging around 86. It then starts to spike down into $85,000. Trump says, "Oh yeah, Bitcoin and Ethereum too. Like that's a given. Like, what did you guys think?" And then boom, straight up to the actual $92,000 level. First, what did it do? Loves to respect price levels. Hits 88.7, the bottom side of our range. Pulls back a little bit. Legs up, hits 92, hangs out there for a bit. Legs up through the weekly, tries to hold it, finds it as resistance, tries to hold it. Spikes that area on the weekly a few times, starts to oscillate around that big weekly level that I've shown you guys a few times, which is the big weekly close open at 93.5. We got market participants market open. They were running it up pre-market right into the weekly. So at 5:15, 5:30 a.m. my time, which is normally Pacific time, we're looking at 8:30 or so, about an hour before markets are going to open, right? They run it up into the level, and then right at market open, right before market open at 6:15 or 9:15, depending on which coast you're on, they start to take it down. Market opens, they dump it right back into support, consolidate it, dump it right down to where? Right on the dot, $85,000 again. This is why I do think it's very important that anyone that wants to understand how markets operate understands price, because price and the price movements will give you a leg up on what the news is going to be. Not necessarily what that news is going to be, but when, the more likely scenario for bigger news to kind of release or come out is going to happen. The market respects this stuff on a consistent basis. And it's all due to fundamentals of moving money around in the background and the live auction. Where do they want to buy? Where do they want to sell? Because they're always future planning for this stuff. Like, you don't get much cleaner than Bitcoin, by the way, in any market. Like, Bitcoin is one of the cleanest trading assets on the planet, and many people don't understand that. They go, "Oh, it's too volatile." And it's still one of the cleanest. A $10,000 move to the upside, and then a $9,500 move back down, and it respected the level on a 15-minute and under chart. That is the cleanest that you can get. So if you understand this stuff, please, if you don't understand this stuff, please tune into Tuesdays with Peace, Love, Music, and myself for, Learn TA with Landy, because it's very important. What's the title? The title is Screw You, I'm Going Home. No, I'm not sure.
Set your girl on fire, run around naked.
Yeah, that title, we probably should have kept that title that one time. I'm not sure. I think, we can come up with something witty, because like what, I'm not really sure what to call it right now. Ask me tomorrow. My brain is fried, by the way. Red eyes are not the way to go. But what I will tell you is that it's going to make for an interesting Learn TA with Landy, because we have all of the Asian session to go. For those who've traded in any kind of market, Asian session, we need to see how they respond, because they were open, by the way. They and retail were open. And they trade 24/7 as well. So around the time that this was a little bit of a gift for some of the Chinese whales that wanted to get in and run price up and then arbitrate it right back down with traditional markets opening. And we need to see what they want to do. Do they want to go and hunt lower? Because most of the market, including stacks, dumped back to very important levels. I'm just going to look at stacks here. So stacks is actually in the process of losing a very important level, but it's not, it's low time frame. It doesn't really matter. I will say that I don't like it. I'd like to see it get its bid here, mainly because I was buying in this zone, but I'm prepared to buy lower if it does end up that way. But what I will tell you is Bitcoin better shit or get off the pot back to the upside in a higher low fashion, because if this ends up being continuation to the downside, easy way to pick that out is, does it go below $78,000? Obviously, it's continuation to the downside to the mid 70s and then mid to low 70s for a retest of the prior range, which is what many people are looking for, right? They just weren't looking for it on this weekend. They were looking for it, to get continuation down, not pump right back up and then head down and threaten higher lows or higher low positioning. Most bears want to see $85,000 fail because they want to minimum run the lows for Bitcoin at 78 to 80 again and lower, likely into 75, a nice whole number. But will they get that opportunity? That's what we watch for. And it's all opportunity from here on out, considering the news, considering what's going on in Washington with the White House, and then considering that there's some bills that are going to be pushed forward fairly soon here with the stable bill, starting with the stable bill.
I don't know.
Likely.
I don't know about you guys, but like for some reason, I get more anxiety in a bull run than a bear market for some reason. Like, I think I get this like weird FOMO of like, I should have bought more. And then when it's actually a bear like, I don't know, it's not even a bear cycle. It's like a bear week, I guess, or bear day. I'm like, all right, well, like, I guess I should close my laptop and like start coding and building shit. But it's weird. So, yeah.
What I would contend is when you see when you see bearish price movement, like it's a daily downtrend on Bitcoin, and now it's a lower high because of the way that the Monday session closed. Right now, it's $95 is the number to beat to break a downtrend. So as long as it doesn't go and break its lows that it just put in, then it's more likely to form a higher low or an equal low, right? And then we look for $95,000 to break. That's a trend shift. That's an uptrend. When things are in a downtrend, what you want to do is that's when you really want to pay attention, especially if you're in accumulation mode. And I don't think there's ever a bad time to accumulate Bitcoin. I know that many would argue, well, I top lasted 65 and then top lasted $69,000 last cycle and I had to wait a year. Yeah, but you had to wait a year and it's at $100,000. So as long as you could hold that, you're good, right? You can't go wrong with Bitcoin in that regard, especially considering the bullish news. So if this goes lower, I'm more interested. I'm less interested when it goes higher, mainly because, should I take profits here? Right. That becomes the question. Like, should I take profits here? Should I wait for higher? What do I do? Now I'm all discombobulated, it consolidated, then it ripped to the upside. And that's what most people end up like in that position where when you're taking profits, first of all, I don't really take profits on Bitcoin. I save in Bitcoin, so I take profits on other things, and then I put it into Bitcoin. So I use Bitcoin as the barometer. Now, I also trade it on leverage, but that's a different story. Many people don't. I don't know. Does anybody here trade on leverage?
Yeah, I have a few positions open now. I mean, I'm down a bit, but I actually was smart about this time where I just actually did a lot less amounts because for some reason, there's no way you could just like, I mean, maybe you could disagree with this, but for me, it's like, you can't exactly time the bottom at times. You could kind of like get the like general area, but right now I'm a little down, but like nothing to sweat about because I have a lot more like powder ready to go if it does.
You buy that margin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even at margin. Yeah. Yeah.
I play with the leverage perp trading on Levana perps on Osmosis, but I like only use really, really small amounts of money, and I'm mostly up, but it's like I'm up like hundreds of dollars.
Yeah,
you know,
like
not-
my liquidation right now is like it's just not applicable right now. So I'm just chilling. I'm gonna wait until the powder gets, or like if it does dip even more, I'm gonna just like get ready to like full send. But we'll see. Oh, not full
Yeah.
send. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I think it during one of the streams, maybe it was a late night stream, maybe it was during this might have been Peace. Was this when we did our Tuesday live? I don't remember, but someone asked about like how to position or ladder in, or if you have X amount
was
of
me.
dollars, how to get. Oh, it was you. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was talking about. Yeah, we were
that was
talking.
on.
Yeah.
We did the. That was during the show Wednesday.
Okay. Yeah. So one of the things that I do when I leverage trade, like I just have specific levels where I'm going to open a swing, and then I have plans to build that swing. Now it hit my $80,000 area, and I knew that it's a very high likelihood that it's going to swing under it. But I had an open. I set my limit to open a position, the initial portion of my position. I bought spot, but in terms of leverage trading, it opened the very low leverage 3x at that range with the plan to build that position as price heads down. Now, of course, that plan didn't play out because it didn't get continuation to the downside. But I do the analysis to know where I want to position, right? So it was 80K and under, I'm willing to go swing long again. And now it messed with my timing and building out of that position, which is fine because a win is a win. When it went back up, I took profit at first at 85. I took profit again at 87. I'm sorry, not 87, 80, 88.7. I took profit at the levels that I show on my videos. I took profit again at 92, and then I closed my position at 95,000 because over the lower term timeframes were telling me that this was absolutely too cooked to the upside and it needed to at minimum consolidate, and I can always reposition and rethink my thesis later. So I managed to get my 4 take profits in all in one go, but I had originally planned for that position. By the way, this is where AI fails, and I've tried a bunch of different AI trading to try and emulate what I'd like to do. But my plan was build $80,000 and under and scale in. And realistically, I'll scale in all the way down to Bitcoin electrical cost at $49,000 and under. I'm manually aping in. No more like here goes. We're selling this property. We're selling this one. We're taking a mortgage on that over there, and we are just absolutely going ape shit on this. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see how price plays out overnight tonight and into tomorrow. Traditional markets are getting their asses beat. Of course, some of this is on the news of the tariffs being implemented, and some of it's fundamental stuff. We have Powell talking this week, correct? I think we do. Yeah, he's going to be out talking on Wednesday, so we get to hear from Powell about the unemployment rate and what the potential is going to be for rates, right? There actually is no forecasted rate update right now because he's indicated that it's going to be forecast is going to be the same. So there's going to be a lot of volatility this week. I mean, we've already seen it weekend into the first day.
Yeah. Do you
Time.
trade on numbers days?
I'm always in a position, so actively trade. It just depends on if there's opportunity. A lot of times you'll get false moves around when someone's giving a speech or addressing a particular topic. You also have this idea of fast move, false move. That's kind of like a retail thinking of it. It's all positioning, right? So a lot of people are likely going to start positioning and trying to throw off others in terms of where they're going to position coming into Wednesday and on Wednesday when Powell gives his speech. It's going to be interesting because we think we know that unemployment's going to come in at 4%. We think, or 4 points. We think that rates are going to stay the same. We think that non-farm payroll is going to go up to 153. We don't know. And that's where the market has been telling Jay Powell to go F himself for 4 years straight. And I don't think they're going to stop doing that, but I think they're going to start taking more advantage of any kind of real economic data that we're going to get to a much higher degree. We will see.
Scary number day coming this Wednesday. So you're going to break down some fundamentals on Tuesday on DeOrganized. We're going to learn TA with Landy. If you want to learn how to, not light your hair on fire, run around with your pants off, tune in on Tuesday for more insight on how to not do that with Landy.
The first part of that is less fun than the second part of that.
Yep. Yeah, I mean,
can we just name a DeOrganized show? Light your hair on fire and run around with your pants off. Like, can we just?
It's a good one, isn't it?
yeah. It don't have to be a whole hour. We can just make it like a 15-minute segment.
Just a segment. Yeah, we bring Landy in and we make a segment of it. Maybe even do like a transition like on the screen for it, like it's like, how do you not run with your hair on fire and pants off, right? It's one of those things. Stay tuned. The markets are going to get a little volatile this week, is what it sounds like. Coming from Landy, I appreciate you breaking that down, dude. As always, getting into the charts. You are a chartist, right? It is your medium. You're an artist of the charts. So,
yeah, if only I could turn them into NFTs that people would buy.
Oh fuck yeah, that would be a banger collection. Just have like Landy and his OMB right there, and then the charts up or down, red, green. Yeah, I can see it being a very good ordinals collection.
An ordinals collection. Oh god, don't look at the ordinals market, guy. Unless you're in there to buy, don't look at it if you're just holding. It's not pretty.
Yeah,
not
I
pretty
haven't
at all.
looked at my ordinals in like a month and a half, 2 months. It's just depressing.
So about the
runes are even worse.
Oh god. Oh man. Oh dear lord. Now I looked. I shouldn't have looked. Oh dear. This is not magic internet money as they say. Is the first ticker on here is magic internet money that I'm looking at.
It's magic. It's just it's an evil magic.
By the way, your runes are programmable on Stacks Layer 2. You can DCA with Bitflow. There's plenty of cool stuff that you can do with your runes. You could even send your dog with Boost X. We've got Crypto Dude in the house, so gotta give a big
Boost X. Sorry.
You know what I mean? So yeah, it's
dude,
dog. I'm obligated to hype that every time I hear Boost X. So
hype it, dude. Just hype it. I'm gonna plug it every time, man. Being able to transact with the Stacks blockchain directly from X, it is something that is definitely something to speculate on Stacks for. It's we've got Bitcoin DeFi over here, guys, and we're doing it directly on X. Duh.
I will say, dude.
Oh, you cut out a little bit there, Coma.
Yeah,
Oh, you guys hear me? Is it okay?
You're good now.
Oh, I said kudos to Crypto Dude for building such a cool app, because back when I first met him, he could barely write a single line of code. So
for real, tell him, preach, brother. See, tell him.
What was your first app that you built? CryptoCrest? Oh man, I don't want to go down memory lane, but yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah, it was a long time ago. I've had a lot of different apps. I've iterated a lot of different concepts. Yeah. I've been hammering on a lot of concepts.
Yeah, I just remember it was very green.
Oh, you're talking about Souk.
Yeah. I don't know.
When
we met, when we met, I think Bitcoin was like at like 22K or something like that. That's
Yeah,
insane.
something like
That's how
that.
old
Oh my
Blockstack.
God, too, man. You built you had your hands in the that salt, that meme apps with the salt. Now I'm salt on my meme. So it's
Yes,
you're building.
yes.
Yeah.
We need
I
King
think-
George to come back. Yeah, unfortunately, just some personal things happened recently with him. But yeah, once he comes back, I think we'll try to figure out what we can do with that. But yeah,
Praying for George. George is in my prayers right now. Big shout out to George. Take your time, brother. Yeah, guys. So we are rounding up on that hour, and I just wanted to go around the room one time. Maybe we have some energy that we can bring to the room. Maybe some good vibes. When the markets are red, the builders are building. So I'm still bullish, and I'm buying. So it's one of those things. Not financial advice. Always do your own research. But whenever I see the builders building, I feel a-okay. I'm not worried. I'll pitch to you, crypto dude.
Just have a good time, I guess, everybody. That's what it's all about. Don't stare at the numbers too hard. I know Landy loves to do that, but if all you do is focus at the numbers, you're gonna miss the journey. So have some
That's a
fun in
good
there
way.
too.
I like that. Peace. You got anything to add to this, baby?
Yeah, I just wanted to. So, since we brought up BoostX, I do want to shout out both. And Zenatron's here, and he hasn't had a chance to talk. He hasn't had much to say tonight, but I want to just let everyone know we actually have procured at least 4 daily sponsors for rounds of Play to Earn live on the morning show. Starting tomorrow, we'll have at least 4 episodes daily, and that will also incorporate BoostX. So people will be using BoostX to distribute the winning funds. So we're pretty psyched about that. Actually, having lined up the Jack's one of our sponsors, and we've got Leo, Velar, and Hermetica, and possibly more. So we're really excited about that. And I think that all the stuff that's building in the ecosystem right now, I mean, Crypto Dude's cooking, Rosar's cooking, Zenatron's cooking, Jack's always got stuff he's building. We're doing a bunch of stuff. We're all building. Even Landy, he's building a huge library of information. It's the price action is what it is, but the ecosystem and the builders and what's going on in the space is super bullish. Everyone's cooking. So if you're into the price action, you want to know what to do. You need to pay attention to Landy. Otherwise, don't pay attention to the price action and pay attention to all these other guys building awesome stuff in our ecosystem and support.
Grab some stacks. Go to Stacking DAO. Stack those stacks for STSTX. Go supply some collateral on Zest. Borrow against your assets. Experience Bitcoin DeFi on stacks. This is where it's at. We have a programmable Bitcoin over here. We've got the builders, we've got the community, and that's one thing that Stacks does right is we're very well tightly knit and well-rounded community. So I definitely agree with that. Of course, not financial advice, and do your own research, but that's what I'm doing. I'm securing more stacks and stacking them up. Zenatron, I wanted to hear from you a little bit, man. With Find to Earn, looking forward to playing some Find to Earn tomorrow. Big shout out to what you're doing with Skullcoin, man. Anything that you wanted to add to the conversation, brother?
Yeah, it's cool that we have some partnerships, some sponsors from Peace and DeOrganized Show. We can move these fine games on regular basis and invite more people in our ecosystem, more holders, more engagement. And I just want to say, Rosa, if you have time, maybe you could build category for Find to Earn or Predict, and we can test it audience plays versus streamers or versus host, how to pronounce. And we just can test this 2 category, 2 bets. It will be interesting. Yeah.
I am down.
yeah, that
Right on.
that's will be the like new level of engagement. I'm just want to say like our goal to build something unique with like or predict with DeOrganized show with BoostX, because like if you build like the apps like the poker exists everywhere. Like every person can go other blockchain or not blockchain and play the poker. But if we build in some uniqueness in our ecosystem together with community, we can invite people because they didn't feel these new emotions. They didn't feel this new like level of engagement, social engagement, meet new friends. That's how liquidity can come to our ecosystem. Yeah, thank you everyone.
Right on. Thank you, Zenitron. I appreciate you, man. That, like I said, looking forward to playing that Find to Earn tomorrow, and whooping up on the community. You guys are gonna have to get through me to get those prizes. I'm in there like swimwear. Hopefully, Orange ain't playing tomorrow. I want to win something tomorrow. Coma, I wanted to pitch to you, man. Thoughts on tonight? Anything to add?
No, man, this is my first time on, and a super, just shout out to you, man. You've been very consistent in the morning and consistent in the evenings. It's I was a content creator before, and just the consistency is always the hardest thing. So the fact that you're able to show up, that's super important for the community. Just because I feel like sometimes as holders, it's just like if the Twitter timelines are quiet and things like that, like you just start to lose like confidence in the community. But you doing this pretty much almost like every day, like it's just, or it feels like that.
It's every day, man. Monday through Friday, we're on every day.
Exactly. Yeah. So you, Peace, everybody that shows up, like it's super appreciated by the community, and overall, like I just feel like we're in a good spot. Yeah, price again is down, but I really feel like there's a lot of builders that are building. Community engagement is pretty strong. I just hope that we'll see. We'll see where it goes. But yeah, big shout out to you guys. Really wanted to come on the show to just kind of give some flowers to each and every one of you, even Landy.
You deserve them too, man.
Thank you for joining us. You're welcome anytime.
Thank you.
Come on the morning show or the night show, whatever. You let us know. That goes for all of you guys, obviously.
Yeah.
You guys are always welcome on the show. We don't gatekeep. If you want to come on, just let us know.
Oh yeah, dude. That's like one of the things that like I'm very proud of is that with this night show we kind of like, if you want to come on the show, dude, come on the show. I know it works a little bit better for our West Coast friends, and of course with the morning show also, it's one of those things is I'm really thankful for Steve putting getting himself out there and putting DeOrganized together, because it's becoming an integral part of how we communicate with everybody in the community. So very that I have this opportunity to talk with all of you guys, man, and just have a conversation, get all the right people in the room, and do something about it, right? Landy, did we have any other closing thoughts for the night?
No, not really. I'm going to have a video up here shortly. I'm going to record it in just a moment here, kind of going over price action in detail and what to look for next. And then tomorrow, I gotta talk to Peace, but I have a little bit of a meeting in the morning, and then we'll do a little bit of Learn TA with Landy. There's obviously all of the normal shows that you can find me on outside of the ecosystem. Likely later tonight, I'll be on Pump Radio with Nobu. Morning tomorrow, if it's early enough and I have the availability, I might make an appearance over on David Gockstein's stage. We'll see. It really depends on the schedule right now. Got a lot of things going on all at once. So, just follow me on X, and you can put me on noties and try to keep up, because it gets a little manic sometimes.
Manic is
literally
the
multiple
best
spaces at once in some cases. People follow me in spaces, and it's like, which one is he in?
Little dude just said we're all up against orange tomorrow. I think maybe that's the op. That's the prop
yeah.
bet is orange versus the field.
Yes.
It's gonna
Yeah,
be
does
interesting.
orange win tomorrow when all odds are against him?
Yeah, we have 4 or 5 rounds.
I dig
Will orange win one of the rounds? There's actually a bunch of prop bets we could do on that one.
We got Rosar. Maybe had a little bit of connectivity issues. Let's bring him. See if he had any bad
Oh yeah, my
to the
restream's always crashing for some reason.
conversation as we kind of close up to connectivity issues. Am I still with you guys? There.
Yeah, I'm here.
You are
Good.
laggy a little
Yeah,
bit.
Rosar. Cool,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, restream's always crashing for
Rosar,
me.
Rosar. Any closing thoughts? You're coming through clear now, brother.
Yeah. Help me find a better name for this platform. Just start making up stuff until you find something that resonates. Just call it random names.
I'll try and think of something.
I'm gonna go use the AI and maybe AI can. Right on. Let's try
Don't
to
ever think.
let's rename Op
Just call
Predict
it
to something that's
Whatever
easy,
comes off the tongue.
easier
Whatever
to
comes off the tongue.
yeah, like something that just like is very easy to say because Op Predict is kind of difficult. It's
One P is too many P's.
Facts. Well, I appreciate you guys coming through as always. Go check out Op Predict. DeOrganized does have a prediction market out there for you to go experiment with, right? And Coma, thank you for coming on. Crypto Dude, as always, rocking with the Boost X piece with the Degen tie and the hoodie tonight. You know, trying to one up the kid. You know, but yeah, stay blessed, everybody. You guys have a very nice rest of your day and have a kick-ass week. Yeah, looking forward to what the week brings with numbers, and let's see what happens. Don't get shaken out. Don't sell your assets to Fidelity. It's what they're trying to do. You know, we have a numbers day coming up. This was another awesome episode for the books of DeOrganized Nightly, coming to you live with DeOrganized Media, where we get your favorite GigaBrain astronaut scholars in the same room and just have an awesome conversation. You guys stay blessed and have an awesome week. Peace.